X1 Battlegrounds.
We hit the Blaisdell Arena, Honolulu, Hawaii. X1 World Events giving you Battlegrounds IV.
First preliminary match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Gene Bino Gregory. His opponents, Peter Placido.
Welcome to the Blaisdell Arena, X1 Battlegrounds. We've got two preliminary matches going on. Before we bring you to the actual Battlegrounds IV, we've got two fighters. Who do we got in the ring right now?
Peter Placido from Bullspen versus Gene Bino Gregory from Mixed Breed.
Now, what do you know about these two fighters?
Gene Gregory comes in with a 0-1 pro record, but he did win his first amateur fight.
It's always great. It's always great to watch. I mean, these guys. Is this their? They get a lot of experience so far. These two.
Kind of up-and-coming fighters. Fortunately, his loss, Gene Gregory's loss, was against a stud in Marcus Sherwood. We're going to see later on tonight.
And of course, always great to see. Not necessarily new fighters, but up-and-coming fighters, because a lot of times they have nothing, nothing to lose, but everything to prove.
Exactly, and they come out balls out. You can see.
Yeah. I mean, they will try everything they've learned, from striking to submission to.
Posture up, Peter. There you go. Okay, posture. You let it go. You hammer.
All right, welcome to the Blaisdell Arena right here in Honolulu, Hawaii. We have the X1 Battlegrounds IV. My name is McCunney. I will be sitting in next to my good friend
Mike Anzuka here.
And me and Mike will be taking you through X1 Battlegrounds IV. We've got a lot of great fighters actually on the lineup.
Yeah, great matches coming up. Mark Moreno's fighting Eddie Ogden, who's kind of coming back from a little layoff there, kind of staying busy. Marco Shiro, Bryson Kamaku actually just fought last night. Incredible.
Unreal. So, I mean, already we're in this, our first round. It's a preliminary match. Two new fighters, up-and-coming fighters, but like I said earlier, you got to love it because these guys will go just balls out and try everything they possibly can, and they learn. Just pounding.
Full mounted position here.
It's always got to be a good thing to be, up-and-coming fighter. And a lot of times what's hard is they want to go so 100%. Sometimes they'll get tired, but these guys look like they're in shape.
Yeah, definitely. Great shape, both guys. They've been going kind of hard for the whole round here. And, so they still got a lot left in their gas tank.
Scheduled for how many minute rounds in this preliminary?
We have 2 3-minute rounds, and this is the 155-pound weight class. Amateur MMA bout again. Great positioning here on top. Nice mount.
Again, X1 World Events putting together a great lineup of the world's top mixed martial artists, and of course, a lot of the fighters out of Hawaii. End of our first round. So understand that at last check, I heard a rumor that per capita, Hawaii fans, mixed martial arts fans love. It's Hawaii fighters at the per capita. There's more fans that love mixed martial arts than anywhere else.
Oh, definitely. We have so much events now here. This is turning into the Mecca. Probably more consistent than even California, where they've been kind of getting a lot of good shows. Vegas, of course, UFC kind of dominates that, but Hawaii, as far as amount of fighters for how much people we have here, insane.
It's you always hear the buzz on the street if there's an upcoming event, an upcoming fight. Hawaii fans, of course, always going to show up. Of course, we've got Peter Placido in the black trunks, and Gene Bino Gregory in the navy blue. Going right into their second round. Of course, the first one, you can tell they felt each other out. They kind of know what's going on, so now they kind of see what else can happen.
Yeah, we'll see what they start testing their stand-up here. Oh, nice right hand there, sneaks in. Both fighters kind of measuring their distance here. First one, they kind of went balls out. They got a good test. They pretty much well matched as far as upper body clinching. They had a lot of groundwork there, but honestly, I guess they're not going to stand up.
Find out who the striker is, who the grappler is. The full mount. Ready to ground, just pound and pound.
Kind of held this the majority of the first round in the same position here. Excellent mount. Bino had a hard time getting away and getting out of this mount. He basically had no answer getting out of this mount, so we'll see how long he can last here. A lot of time left. It was an armbar attempt. A little sloppy, couldn't finish it off. Nice takedown again.
Nice. Of course, he's
ooh, the little guillotine here.
Got a guillotine going?
He's got a 10-finger guillotine. He has to drop his shoulders. Shoulders drop nice and pretty solid. All they need to do is like use it legs, keep pressure.
Just the cranking of the neck again. Not only the submission of the throat, but
you see the neck muscle straining right there.
Just straining. It's one of the two. It's one of those moves that.
Yeah, the problem is that this 10-finger guillotine all depends on your grip. So if you have the wrong grip, you have basically no pressure on the guy's neck.
And so Gene Gregory he'd actually be using more of his energy trying to hold it.
Exactly. And you can kind of see there's two palms, so that kind of tells me he didn't have the correct grip. He had the normal guillotine grip, which is not good for that 10-finger guillotine. It's just hands inside.
Oh, going for the body.
No, Placido's trying to pay him back here.
Excellent first fight. I mean, if this is what we're going to witness throughout the night, X1 World Events, this is the Battlegrounds IV, our preliminary fight. We got a couple of them. This is the first one coming by way of the 155-pound weight class. Takes us to the end of that.
Here's that guillotine right there, locked in. And it does look like he had just a normal grip. Kind of get a little peek of the grip right there. You have to modify that grip, and he's putting strain on the neck, but what happens is he just kind of torques the neck backwards.
How about a round of applause for these two fighters, ladies and gentlemen? Preliminary match, welcome to X1 Battlegrounds. Our first fight of the night. If this is set precedence for the fights tonight, man, I'm going to find out. Another round of applause. These fighters, our first fight of the night, X1 Battlegrounds. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our winner tonight by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Peter Blaisdell. And ladies and gentlemen, taking on Thomas, fighting out of HMC. How's about a round of applause for Nicholas Agricola? This fight scheduled for 2 3-minute rounds in the 260-pound division. Second preliminary fight of the night. This is X1 Battleground.
Go, Nick. Here you go, Nick.
Thomas Ferguson in the red here. From Team Devastation. Two big boys here. Nicholas Agricola from HMC. Looks like both guys are making their debuts here. Oh, kind of a bad little takedown there. Looks like he's gonna pay for it, but he's gonna go for our leg. It's like a leg lock position here, but he can't really turn him over. Bad position to be kind of mess around with the legs. Ooh, reverse naked. Trying to, got his back.
Wow.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh, there it is. I think I had to do a double tap on that one. Again, our second preliminary match of the night, X1 World Events. Before we take you into the official battlegrounds, of course, our big boys in the 260-pound division.
Winner 51 seconds in round number 1 here. Here comes the two guys kind of blasting kind of a takedown here. Kind of missed it, but he just kind of fell down. Probably a bad move. Agricola kind of went after him, pounding it, even if Ferguson went after his leg. Looks like a decent footlock position, just didn't try to finish it here. Kind of paid for it. Eventually got his back. Taking a lot of punishment there. Curling up instead of going after that leg. Gave his back, jumped right in, got the rear naked underneath, locked in on. He didn't have that hook, but he didn't really need it. It's kind of locked in, put a lot of pressure, hold on. There's that tap right. There it is, a tap right there. Referee initially didn't see it.
Of course, give a round of applause by Rear Naked Joe Thomas out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Donald Gonzalez. In the 140-pound division, David Balicao.
Donald Gonzalez, excuse me, from Young Guns de Luta from the Big Island. Both guys known as good stand-up guys, especially Balicao. He's got a killer little sidekick he uses. Very, very lightning with his hands as well. Should be interesting.
So again, if you're joining us, we're here at X1's at the Blaisdell Arena, Honolulu, Hawaii. X1 World Events Battlegrounds, our third preliminary match of the night. It's got some great fights coming up. Unbelievable, some fighters that took some leave and they're back in the ring. This is, of course, in our 140-pound division, XMA match.
Basically stand-up kickboxing with the small gloves. Makes it a lot more exciting, especially these guys are real powerful punchers and kickers.
This is a kind of a match you almost love to watch because it's a lot of striking, a lot of kicking.
Kind of guarantees action, you know. Two great stand-up guys, small gloves.
And what's it like training? Of course, regular kickboxing. These guys are kickboxers, of course, training with regular kickboxing gloves, and now they have the, of course, the MMA gloves.
I think it makes a huge difference because some guys are real good at using the gloves, which is a lot bigger as their defensive mode. So without the big gloves there, it's a lot harder for them to be a little more defensive. You know, they have to rely more on their bobbing, their weaving, their movement, whereas, you know, they can kind of stand there and use those gloves for additional protection, or area protection. It's kind of interesting that Balicao's not the aggressor. Gonzalez is kind of pushing the fight here because usually in his fights, Balicao is definitely aggressor. He kind of usually pushes the fight. Oh, nice. Left hand there.
Definitely a fight you love to watch, man. All striking, all kicking.
Balicao uses a lot of outside positioning too, like wide hooks from the outside. He's kicking. Looks like Gonzalez is doing a good job at stopping that little side kick that usually Balicao sets his whole game up with.
Now, of course, we've seen now with the big onslaught of MMA, a lot of kickboxers going into the MMA arena.
Yeah, this is definitely like a way of kind of bringing themselves in, two legitimate, solid kickboxers with MMA. Here's that little low blow we just experienced here. Let's see what happens here. I don't want to see it.
Dude. Got the toenail. Got, you know.
Maybe all it takes is a graze, huh?
Any part of that cup that you hit.
Maybe he thought about hitting it. That's all it takes.
There was like that gap between the actual pain and the brain, and it's like, yep, you know, it was close enough.
It could have been up to like 10 seconds ago, and it just kind of kicked in.
Close enough to hurt. Close enough to hurt.
And normally, if you get kicked in the nuts and the jewels, the referee see that they usually referee is unless it's like a blatant where he's not gonna, you know, he doesn't see anything. He's gonna give the fighter a chance to recover up to 5 minutes.
Now, how many times? Of course, you talked about blatantly, and then you know you don't do it on purpose. But how many times would he have to get a groin shot to minus points?
It all depends on the referee's discretion.
Okay.
So if it looks like legitimate, then obviously it may come after the first one, you know. But like a little graze, that might have been it right there. I don't know. Let's see. That was one kick. That was kind of like in that area. No, that must have been on it. Both guys measuring themselves.
Two fighters obviously know each other. I mean, as far as styles, and you could just see, you know, like you said earlier, kind of hesitant. He's usually the aggressor.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of interesting to see. Gonzalez is kind of looks like a straightforward, more traditional kickboxer. Balicao is a kind of a more traditional martial arts type of background in his style. He does a lot of side kicks. you know, punches from outside, but an excellent kickboxer. And he kind of throws guys off with that outside style because it's difficult to kind of come in when you're always like looking for a, you know, you can get hit with those hooks from the outside.
Heading into our second round, our third preliminary match of the night for the X1 World Events Battlegrounds. This is an XMA match, which consists, of course, like you said, Chris, of a lot of striking, kicking,
Here we go. Looks like Gonzalez is going to push the fight right here. Oh, nice. Right hand. So Battlegrounds kind of picking his punches too. Oh, nice.
Just missed.
Put everything in that one. Exchanged. That definitely looked like a cleaner kick to the nuts right there. Nice left hand there by Battlegrounds. Both fighters can measure himself. Gonzalez kind of switching his stance as well. Oh, nice flying knee right there. Not sure if Gonzalez kind of gassed himself out a little bit. He's kind of slowing down, whereas Battlegrounds now is going to be more aggressive.
Mouth opening a little bit. Nostrils getting bigger. Now, so X1 World Events giving us a great lineup coming up soon, and as we get into the Battlegrounds for our third preliminary match, these guys going to have some great preliminary matches so far.
Yeah, definitely well matched, good action. But these XMA matches are definitely a crowd pleaser, especially guys as talented as these two. A little accurate punching by Battlegrounds.
Again, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds for this XMA match. Oh, nice.
Returns a favor.
These guys almost, I mean, the accuracy, these guys, it looks as though they're just wailing, but they know where they're throwing, they know where they want to throw. We gotta love it, you guys keeping Hawaii fans and the world fans updated on mixed martial arts, especially out of Hawaii. Onzuka.com.
We're looking at we had a lot of hits and a lot of guys kind of relying on us coming over here, so you know, definitely cover all the events, make sure everybody's updated, notify everybody to make sure that you know, try to get as much guys to these events as we can. Nice exchange by both
these
fighters
guys,
here.
They know it's the third round.
Yep. These guys are trying to measure. Both guys excellent, finding their position, finding their measurement.
2 rounds of measuring each other up, and it's all striking and kicking from here.
Yep.
And just the accuracy. I mean, these guys, you know, like that. Of course, you know, it's a miss, but he knows where he's going. He knows what he wants to do. Great to watch kickboxers and, you know, slowly move into the MMA world.
Nice little right leg kick there. Usually with the orthodox versus southpaw, you know, the straight punches are the ones that kind of count, you know. And Battlegrounds real good as straight left. You know, Gonzalez needs to keep his left foot outside and keep throwing that straight right, but not really doing that too much here. Oh, nice little running man punch, but Battlegrounds answers with a left hand to the head. Battlegrounds looks like a little more confident staying in there.
Coming down to the last few seconds, third round. 3 2-minute rounds. These guys going at it.
Nice move of Battlegrounds there.
And that takes us to our final preliminary match, X1 World Events, the Battlegrounds 4 right here at the Honolulu, Hawaii Blaisdell Arena. We're going to go ahead and find out who took this match.
Here's the both guys exchanging here, both trying to find their range. Nothing really landing too much. Oh, nice Gonzalez left and right hand. So Gonzalo got the better of that exchange.
Taking this home, fighting out of the blue corner, David Balicao. Fighting out of Bull's Pen, Marcus Moreno. Please welcome to the battleground, Alika Rincon.
Aloha, we'd like to welcome you to the Blaisdell Arena right here, Honolulu, Hawaii. Welcome to X1 World Events Battleground 4. My name is Makani, sitting alongside my good friend Mike Onzuka. And we are taking it right to the Battlegrounds again. X1 World Events, putting together a great event.
Definitely. We have Marcus Moreno, actually, from Bull's Pen. One of the many Morenos that happen to fight for Bull's Pen against Alika Rincon from Young Guns de Luta of the Big Island. Marcus Moreno coming in with a 1-2 pro, 1-2 amateur record. Alika Rincon 0-1-1 his record. Moreno looks like he drives in, but Rincon has a guillotine on him and the underhook. See if he can kind of make something out of it here. We're just kind of bowling him in.
So this is our first official Battlegrounds IV fight of the night.
Marcus Moreno coming off of a decision win over Hugh Jones in the Extreme Wars Battleground to O-Lounge 1. So it's been a while since he fought. Alika Rincon came off of a loss from Makoa Hanaiki in the Ultimate Warriors Combat 1 in December of 05.
It's great to see a lot of these local fighters. I mean, they will go out and they will look for organizations to fight in, so they get a lot of ring experience.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much now organizations out there for them to kind of gain experience. You know, we've seen a well-balanced, experienced fighters coming up, and now we can kind of see guys who actually legitimately matched up well, so they can develop their skills against each other, which is very, very important for the sport to grow. Oh. Moreno slips to the back. Let's see if he can make something out of it. Oh, Kerry may jump to the back and try to get that second hook. Kind of a little risky position here. Rincon controlling that grip. Moreno's got double underhooks here. Rincon did a good job of getting back in a neutral position.
Spending some time in the corner, trying to figure out, sometimes waiting to see who's gonna make the mistake or who's gonna be the aggressor.
Yeah, they don't definitely call this a neutral position for anything. It's kind of a, you know, guys are good at clinches and knees, can kind of make good advantage of this position. A lot of guys you see kind of almost a stalling position where guys kind of rest.
That position, I always tend to think of the ref in the ring, because, you know, of course you get the crowd thinking it's a stalemate. You get the crowd thinking, okay, split him up, stand him up. But he can see, you know, who the aggressor or who's going to do what. Always a hard job. Always a hard job.
Just as you said that, you know, John Kukiko, our referee, did a great job at spreading the fighters out. You want to keep the action here. Keep them moving. Let the fighters kind of try something. There's that clinch. Alika Rincon's reining in some knees right there. Great double under position, but Marcus Moreno did a good job at keeping those elbows together underneath. Again, Rincon aggressive with those knees.
So again, if you are joining us, welcome to the Blaisdell Arena. X1 World Events giving you Battlegrounds IV. Now, fairly new organization to the MMA world, but already, I mean, putting together some great events. I mean, getting fighters from around the world, a lot of the local boys, a lot of the top local fighters, and of course, always giving a venue to up-and-coming fighters.
Definitely. I agree. We have a good match coming up there. I'm really looking forward to Kaleo Kwana B-side versus Lauren Ishimine in Brazilian freestyle. Both two studs, wrestling versus stand-up right here, and we'll see. In MMA, you know what's going to happen. That may be the fight of the night. We're looking at a pretty good matchup. Another well-matched-up fight. Ooh, another groin shot there. It's the night of the jewels. Damage to the jewels here. That's
the one. This is that time you got to make sure that you check. I remember a past event. Let's see what happens.
Clinch, oh, nice and clean.
Of course, always hard. You get the double underhooks, and you think you're going for the thigh, and
or even the belly. And Mercan's actually does a good job at throwing those knees, to the midsection, like how he's doing now. One little half step forward and change the whole dynamics of that knee.
There goes your voice.
Merle's got a good position here, kind of trapping that elbow. Nice little knee trip there. That's right to half guard. See if Moreno can make the best of it. Oh, nice little roll there. Getting caught on top, and have to get the position, see if he can make the most of this as well. Moreno trapping those arms. Back to close guard. Moreno's doing a good job of kind of tying up those hands. Goes for a double arm lock right there.
Trying to bring it up.
Just get those hips out. There it is.
Oh,
good job, everyone got pulling out the right time.
Now, a lot of times you see this position. What would you think? Would you as a fighter let the guy up, or just
Yeah, I think it all depends on your style.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the guy's more of a ground and pound, or he's finding more success in the ground, I wouldn't let the guy up. You know what I mean? So keep the guy down, maybe punish his legs a little bit so he doesn't have as much in case he has to scramble. A lot of guys like to damage the legs here. But he has to be smart with those arms, because Moreno's kind of getting a little close to that arm bar, getting over the shoulder. He's going to try to kick that hips out. Maybe go after that arm again. He's actually doing pretty good at getting pretty close here. Maybe you should just keep on being aggressive with that arm. You might be able to pull it off.
So it's one of those submission moves that you just fully got to commit once you get into it.
Yeah, definitely. And if he gets over the shoulder, he's halfway there. If you can lock your shoulder and relock your guard over the shoulder, it's difficult for the guy to pull out his arm as well as back up. Bad position for Moreno right here. Good sprawl by Raycon.
Body leak, 15 seconds, leak. 15 seconds, leak, body.
This is a tiring position right here for Moreno too. Raycon's got a good sprawl, kind of punishing him on top. He's carrying the weight.
So again, we are scheduled for three-minute rounds. Our first official Battlegrounds fight of the night. Go back to the replay.
Here's that half guard Moreno had. Kind of locked it up. Just kind of like a hip heist, a bump and roll right there to get to the top. Good timing, good positioning. He kind of made the most of it. Was able to keep the top for the rest of the match.
I believe our third and final round of this first fight of the night. X1 Battlegrounds, first official fight.
These 3-3s are great. It's good for the up-and-coming guys. They get 3 rounds, not a lot of decision, or not a lot of draws, actually. And these guys can kind of go balls off for 3 minutes, and because 3-5s is a long time for the guys. And the legitimate top-end pros, they get tired at 3-5. So.
Now, does it kind of depend on the organization on the times and rounds and?
Exactly. They pretty much had their own, choosing of what they want to do. But I think these 3-3s are great unless you're like high-level, A-class caliber fighters. It's the guys getting a lot of work, so keep a fast pace. Another guy trying to look for the double leg, but Lika's doing a good job of keeping that underhook there. And keeping those legs spread to sprawl. Difficult to kind of pull them in. A little stalemate position here. See the fight. Nice little adjustment there by Moreno.
Sucks in the hips and takes him down. Now, a lot of times people wonder when the points are given for a takedown. When are the points given? Is it the hips down as far as the takedown goes?
Actually, to tell you the takedowns, there's more of an avenue, a nice little flurry there by Rincon, but usually takedowns is an avenue for ground dominance. Not necessarily mean that the guy's going to win the round. And I think a lot of guys get confused with that. You know, like they think that a guy takes him down, but he doesn't do anything on the ground. He shouldn't win the round if the guy's kind of damaging him standing up. It's all about damage, and it comes down to this is a fight. You know, who's going to end the fight? Who's closer to end the fight? Nice
takedown.
So far, we'll see.
Listening to his round, you can hear his round saying he needs to step it up. He needs to step it up.
Yeah, it definitely is. Huge takedown. Trying to stay busy in that guard there. Again, some of the rounds that are kind of well balanced, where guys kind of exchange a little bit. One guy has a takedown. Sometimes takedowns is an advantage if nothing else happens. If the guy kind of takes down again, but the other guy's aggressive from the guard. You know, if Brown's aggressive from the guard, almost pulled off a couple submissions, he could steal the fight even if he gets taken down.
Just by looking, of course, it's human nature to think if you're on top, and you know. But I've seen a lot of fights where guys on the ground, you know, like you see them earlier trying to throw in the armbar.
Yeah, definitely. Now, and that's why it's important to have educated judges about the ground as well. You know, be able to see what is legitimate submissions. The guy's on top throwing some punches, but you know, if you look, a lot of these punches right here is not landing. Morales doing a great job at kind of defending and staying away from him. But
the beauty of mixed martial arts is that no matter if you're on your back, you can still take the fight. Again, our first official fight of the night, X1 World Events Battlegrounds. Let's go back to the replay, and then we're going to find out what the judges think.
It's an exchange by Rincon, looking for a space. Morales just kind of covering up.
Huge takedown in this last round. I think it's coming up.
Rincon finishing from the ground here. Finishing strong with a ground and pound.
All right, another round of applause. Thank you for joining us, Honolulu X1 World Events Battlegrounds. The judges scored this a unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner from Hilo Young Guns, Alika Rincon. El Gallo Negro, Lorenzo Moreno. Dirty Dave Moreno.
Here we go, Moreno. Another Moreno from the Bulls pen here.
Moreno's the name of the night.
Yeah,
I mean,
versus another Moreno.
Now, are these Morenos all related, or?
I believe they are, from the Bulls pen at least. I hope they're not finding their cousin in Dirty Dave Moreno here.
You know, it's as soon as you know you see the fight, and you're thinking Morenos are fighting the Moreno.
Nice arm lock position right there by Lorenzo Moreno. Just gonna have to go by first
We
names
have
for
to
this.
go by first names for this one. Again, if you're joining us, welcome to the Blaisdell Arena, Honolulu, Hawaii. X1 World Events, we're bringing you Battlegrounds for our second official fight of the night. Two Morenos going at it. It is myself, McCunney, and my good friend Mike Onzuka.
We got Lorenzo from the Bulls pen on top here. Nice little exchange. Dirty Dave kind of came out really amped up as he ran into the ring here.
So we've got Dirty Dave and what they call Lorenzo El Gallo Negro.
Translation?
Some Brazilian thing. And I won't say anything more.
Nice little exchange right there by Dirty Dave. He's on top in a mountain position.
Nice full, nice. Almost a little bit too high. What do you say?
Actually, this is actually a good positioning. The higher he is, away from the hips of it, so when he bumps and rolls, he can't push off. But he's got to worry about those legs. Lorenzo's such a long guy. He gets those legs underhooked, and he kind of peel the guy right off. And that's what he's trying to do right here.
Again, the beauty of mixed martial arts, you think if he's riding too high, it's a bad position, and it comes down to if the fighters, some fighters got long torsos, so they can, and long legs.
Yeah, both of these guys actually do have long legs, long torsos here.
Elbow to the forehead. Of course, trying to create some space so he can do his ground and pound.
Nice job by Dirty Dave right here, keeping him out. This is actually the position where advertised, Dave can hit Lorenzo. It's very difficult for, Dave can hit Lorenzo. Lorenzo have a hard time hitting him. He's setting up an armbar right here.
There's the legs. Oh, it's not
trying to straighten him out here.
Deep. I mean, he went for a full flex on that one. It just went backwards.
He's doing a good job of turning that wrist a little bit to kind of get out. Might have got an arm pop right there, unless he turned it a little before that.
Got some blood. Got some blood off of Lorenzo.
Lorenzo calling him up for a stand-up battle.
And I think blood coming from the eye or the nose, but it seems to be affecting his vision. Vision in the right eye. You see it there, kind of squinting. Not sure if he got hit.
Into the first round.
Unbelievable armbar. I mean, you see it flexed backwards, and of course a great job in reversing it.
Might have busted his nose right there. We come back here. Is the mount position? Lorenzo kind of takes a chance. Nice armbar here. You see the elbow kind of turn out. If he turned his thumb up, allows his elbow to kind of bend the right way. And what happened is Dave didn't go after his wrist to correct that arm to the turn. Gave Lorenzo a chance to stand, get to the top position. Try to set it up again.
I think that the blood came from this elbow. There it is.
There it is. Huge elbow right there. Looks like it was just above the eye, but maybe they hit him in the nose.
Of course, you see it towards the end of that match affecting his right eye.
They're kind of determining if they can actually see out of that eye. And probably was complaining with.
And of course, you can see it towards the end of the match, just squinting and trying.
Just got the official word from the referee. Looks like he might have a corneal scratch, just kind of scratch on the eye itself, having difficulty for him to see. So we're gonna call this fight right here. Fighter safety always paramount, and it's kind of important, especially the eyes. Don't want to even take a chance if you
All right,
see
another round of applause for these
a
fighters.
corneal scratch.
This one's by Dr. Stoppage. Accidental poke to the eye, scratch the cornea. So ladies and gentlemen, please give our fighters a round of applause. Sometimes that's what happens in mixed martial arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaleo Kwan. Please welcome Lauren Ishimine.
This fight right here is probably the fight of the night on paper. Kaleo Kwan versus Eastside is a great stand-up guy. Lauren Ishimine from Brazilian Freestyle, an excellent wrestler. I just had the pleasure of watching Lauren Ishimine kind of roll over a bunch of guys, hit some wars in a Maui tournament, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament that he actually won first place in.
Now this is going to be an exciting fight. I mean, a lot of MMA fans and fighters themselves have been anticipating this fight.
Yep, we'll see if Kaleo Kwan's, the big question is, he always have a hard time stopping guys from taking him down. And Ishimine is an excellent takedown artist. We'll see if, nice single leg right here. Let's see if Kaleo can stop the takedown. Nice whizzer by Kaleo Kwan. Good job at pressing him into the ropes.
Nice.
Kaleo has to keep himself up. Good job by Kaleo, keeping his base underneath and getting right up. Nice wizard. Ishimine kind of keeping with that body lock and clinch.
Of course, we've got a Oahu fighter taking on a Maui fighter. Two local boys.
See if Ishimine can kind of work his ground and pound from this position right here. Looks to try to pass, half butterflies. Kaleo gets his guard back on. Referee pulls him back in the center here. Tries to restart him.
Of course, two great experienced fighters. I mean, of course, when you come into a match with two fighters, first round pretty much trying to feel each other out.
But this is exactly where Ishimine wants to be, on the ground on top. Insisted on that takedown. Let's see what Kaleo can do from right here. He just came off a big win over Marshall Harvest in a hard-fought victory in Icon Sport 46.
What do you think, Kaleo?
Just last month, in fact, a few weeks ago. Ishimine came off of a win from Bronson de Lima, War in the Valley Isle 2 in March.
Great to see. I mean, we got a lot of fighters, a lot of coming out of Oahu, but it's great to see now Maui fighters. Of course, we see our Hilo fighters.
There's also a lot of guys in Kauai, so pretty much a lot of the major islands here are well represented with quality fighters. Makes for interesting matchups as well.
Great bragging rights when it comes down to Hawaii. I think it's a beauty of Hawaii. Yet we're one, but we have so many, 8 different islands. So of course, you know, it's always audiences. You know, they're gonna choose somebody. It comes down to the town you're from, the same island, a different island.
Nice triangle left position. Good job by Lauren. Slipping by on the cross side. Try to punish Khalil right here. Not landing too big blows. Khalil's defense is very, very good on the ground. Lauren's such a dominating wrestler here. It's gonna be difficult for Khalil to kind of get up. A little aggressive with that mount there. Khalil doing a good job keeping that knee up nice and high.
Both fighters, you gotta they're both working hard. Like you said, Khalil's got great defense on the ground.
Good guard and recovery as well. But exactly how Ishimine wants to have it. Ground and pound him, take down, control the round. Don't let Khalil get those dangerous hands, you know, let those dangerous hands go.
See this some action in the first round.
Good job by Ishimine as well, trying to throw something that kind of get Khalil thinking he's gonna, you know, land a punch. Goes in for that single leg with the hook, but Khalil did a great job with that that whizzer and underhook. And at the end, he got past, keeping inside position, trying to soften him with some knees.
Great to watch these guys. I like, you know, the technique of course, shot for the single leg perfect, but of course Khalil backing it up with the whizzer. It's just
good matchup, and you know, that always was Khalil's downfall. He's actually getting a lot better at takedown defense. He always was like, if he didn't hit you coming in, then he'd be in trouble on the ground. But you can see that first little takedown attempt. Khalil actually did a good job at preventing the takedown from Lauren, although he did get it.
And of course, a great match. If you're a mixed martial arts fan, you always have that. Always wonder, you know, is it a striker? Is it a grappler? What dominates? And this is
definitely who can bring him into their world. Khalil, if he wants to have to land some hands and hopefully hurt Lauren before he comes in and shoot that takedown again. Oh, nice little left hand by Khalil to drop Lauren, but just insists with that takedown.
Sinks it in.
Khalil did a good job at kind of taking off the rope. He just got to circle and get away.
Take you down.
Great job.
And like, talking about sucking them into their world. I mean,
little underhook of the rope there. Good strategy by him.
That's if the ref can't see it,
yeah.
You do.
It ain't cheating if you don't get caught.
You don't. Yeah, just do it. Do it till he grabs your hand.
Yeah. Again, it's that single leg to lift the leg up.
Again, you can just see the wrestling skills of Lauren.
Yeah, trying to get a single leg, but Khalil doing a good job. Looking for that
Great
cross
counter.
face. Whizzer. He needs to kind of put a little more pressure on that crosser to get Lauren's head away. Lauren's going to try to suck him in for a double. Looks like he's got his hands clenched. He's going to try, should be able to pull him right in and take him down. Khalil doing a good job of getting those hips in, those legs back. Great job by Khalil here.
Perfect technique. I mean, this is textbook. This is what you practice for. This is, you know, you're in that up against the wall. You're in that corner. Yep. Sinking your cross face.
Good hips in, legs out, pummeling in. Needs to get that left hand on the same side that his legs on, and that left side. Trying to elevate that head. There it is.
Great.
Good job by Khalil Kwanya.
Of course, looks like they weren't doing much, but I mean, working, squeezing, cross-facing.
Khalil's punishing with the hits. Doesn't look like, oh, it's a hard pull. We'll see. Lauren off his back. It's not where he wants to be, especially with Khalil, a guy with his kicking power.
You see Khalil's corner going, what do you do? Go pound him. Kick it.
Oh, nice little leg trip there.
The technique these guys have. I mean, just blow for blow, exchange for exchange. I mean, as soon as we get into what someone's doing, Khalil's doing something, then Lauren counters, and you know, great fight.
Right here. Great job, Khalil. Nice job at keeping those underhooks on the wrestler. Now Khalil, now that he's got that takedown defense working, now he's got to work and see if he can kind of land some blows, because sometimes if you're too defensive, then he can't use his striking skills. And once you start getting more aggressive with the striking, then it may open up takedowns for Lauren again. So definitely a chess match here.
Always things to think about. You know, like I said, I'm going to say that.
Oh, big knee right there sneaks in by Lauren Ishimine.
of course, for a guy his height, the knee.
Huge elevation. Huge elevation. Especially for the guy. His thighs, the thighs on the guy's got like tree trunks, his legs.
What a base he's got it. Let's see that knee. I mean, that absolutely high.
Nice position here.
I mean, Lauren Ishimine, 5'5".
Boom.
Unbelievable.
Right on the button. Kaleo wasn't used to guys trying to knock his head off in all kickboxing matches he did. You know, I might have sent him to the canvas. Lauren kind of took a chance with that kind of head and arm throw. Missed it. Nice little leg trip, though, that kind of put on the back.
And of course, like I tell a lot of people, they watch and they're in grapplers. If you just sat and did some isometrics for about 3 minutes, that's basically what they're going through. They're squeezing, they're tightening up, they're trying to pull something in. And of course, Kaleo still in good condition from his last fight.
Yep, definitely. Good last shot there. Nice finish by Ishimine.
Nice takedown. Of course, the grappling skills.
Just work from there. Work from there.
Trying to work his way up.
Kaleo doing a good job at recovering his guard.
Same thing, go feed the arms and elbows. Feed the arms and elbows. Work from there, yes. Work from there. Take your time, bro. We got plenty of time over there.
Again, if you are joining us, welcome to the Blaisdell Arena right here in Honolulu, Hawaii. X1 World Events giving you Battlegrounds IV. Some of Hawaii's top mixed martial arts fighters and some mixed martial arts fighters from around the world coming to the Pacific.
Good job by the referee standing you guys up. Again, like we talked about earlier, you know, takedowns are an avenue for ground domination, but if you don't go and try to finish a fight and just try to pepper them,
right,
then the referee should stand you up. This again is Kaleo's doing a good job at kind of shutting him down and forcing the referee to stand him up again. Now Kaleo has to just make himself work here, because if nothing else happens, then again the takedowns come into play.
Quickness of Lauren Ishimine. I mean, takedowns, getting back up. Always great to watch Kaleo Kwan. He always looks relaxed.
Yeah, and he's such a relaxed stuffer. Guys, it's such a good kickboxer he is. Keeps his hands down. His distancing is so good that even the best kickboxers have a hard time hitting him. And what this does, it kind of helps him with the takedown defense, because he can keep his hands low. That's how he normally fights even kickboxing. So it works out great for MMA. He has a great chin. His obviously takedown defense is getting good. His guard recovery is excellent as well. So, you know, his mixed martial art game is actually coming together really, really nice.
Great to see a lot of these fighters. Good to see them, you know, when they first started and as they continue on and go out and fight in other organizations, and they bring it all here. Nice.
Nice left hand sneaks in by Ishimine.
Well, Corey talks about that chin. Kaleo just kind of shakes it off. But you can tell that Lauren, he can feel the power of Kaleo.
He always has to be worried about possibly getting taken down. So, you know, a little tentative, but you know, they're standing up. Right then again, Kaleo couldn't land any good punches that kind of damaged Lauren. So, you know, kind of running out of time. Now these takedowns may come in, you know, come in effect as far as the judging.
That's right, three-minute rounds for the X1 World Events Battlegrounds. Great fight going on right now. Kaleo Kwan out of the East Siders in Waimanalo, Oahu, and of course taking on Lauren Ishimine, Brazilian freestyle grappler, also great grappler out of the island of Maui.
Drop low for that double leg. Still keeping one underhook. Nice hips in, good arch.
Great exchange. That concludes that third and final round between Kaleo Kwan and Lauren Ishimine. This one's going to the judges.
It's gonna be interesting how the judges judge these this fight right here. Kaleo lands some blows. Lauren's good at takedowns. And that left hand was a solid straight left hand right there, and then Kaleo kind of laughs it off, but that was actually a good shot. This is where Lauren kind of dropped down to get that double. Kaleo did a good job by keeping that left arm and the right arm in. Underhook. And trying to land some
Ladies, another round of applause for our fighters in the X1. Maui taking on Oahu. This one went to the judges, and our judges chose a decision. Ladies and gentlemen, the 155-pound weight class, fighting out of the red corner, Lauren Ishimine. Fighting out of the 808 Fight Factory, John Chrysostomo. From Team Papakolea, Chad Guzman.
This is a big fight for Chad here against a high-quality opponent.
And it's great. I mean,
Nice leg kicks there by John.
I mean, these guys just exchanging. You see,
Takedown by Chrysostomo. Gets right the cross side.
Doesn't matter how long you're out of the ring. I mean, he's still kept pretty busy with 808 Fight Factory.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't stop training at all. Kind of probably took a little breaks, but he's back. He also has a fight scheduled in Guam as well.
Of course, always kind of hard to see somebody go up against somebody of John's caliber.
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
especially a guy who has like basically an 0-1 record. We'll see. So far, John doing what is expected. Shade to stand up. It's a little, Chad being a little bit wild on the stand up. He's smart to kind of go to the ground. Knee in the belly. Nice positioning here by Chrysostomo. Oh, here comes the armbar. Goes for the Kimura.
I mean, this looks like practice.
Back to the straight armbar. Nice technique. Trying to gut himself out of it. Good job by kind of keeping that elbow bend.
Holds it on.
Oh, right to the triangle.
Right
nice
to the triangle.
submission. Let's see if he can lock it in.
You see,
Trying to pull it in, squeeze his knees, pull that head down.
The skill still there.
Still trying to lock it in nice and tight. Guzman has to make something happen right now. Chrysostomo can actually kind of keep squeezing from right here. Now he switches to reverse arm lock. Let's see, he might switch the armbar again. Grab the underleg.
Go.
Nice positioning again. There it is.
There it is. John Chrysostomo, I mean, just in I shouldn't say old form, same form.
Same form as
Same form.
4 years ago. There's John. Nice string of submissions. Goes for like a Kimura type of arm position. Goes straight back to an arm lock. Guzman kind of bumps out. Takes a chance. Bends that arm. Now he's in a safe position here, but John kind of keeps his composure. Switches right to a triangle. Went back to an armbar here to finish. Great string of submissions by John Chrysostomo.
Another round of applause for our fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring them to the center ring. Of course, you all seen it by armbar, fighting out of the blue corner. Back in mixed martial arts, John Chrysostomo. Please welcome Dylan Clay. Fighting out of the East Siders Fight Club, Kimo Upo.
Dylan, excellent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, great wrestling ability, phenomenal. It's a great matchup here. Dylan coming in with a 3-0 pro record, lost his first amateur bout. Kimo coming in with a 2-2 record. Showed some excellent ground as well lately in his fights. Dylan's probably going to look to take down. He has a great single and double leg as well. Here it is. Nice. Line lock right to the mount position.
Stay right there. Hold your position. Take your time. Put your hooks.
Instructor Homolo.
We got a good position right there.
Barrels from Brazilian Freestyle.
We're gonna fluff them up.
Looks like he's trying to set up the armbar right away.
Right
Be
into
over real
it.
quick. Good job by Kimo, kind of gutting out of there.
Nice feet to the head.
Good front face lock here, punishing him.
Again, in that position, Kimo's not, it's stuck in the guillotine or blocked the head for the knee.
Good job, double hook. Well, got double hooks again. And so watch out, he's not too aggressive with the submission attempts, trying to get underneath that chin. He's such a strong guy, he has to control that wrist. If he doesn't control that wrist, looks like still pressure with
Got it. Barely under the
hand there.
chin. It's about 140 into the first round, and not a good position to be in if you can hold it.
Especially with a guy like Dylan. Like excellent ground guy, great control, great hip control on that back. Looking for his opportunity.
Great job by Kimo, just fending off the rear naked.
Yep, arm control, exactly what he needs to do here. Dylan's trying to tie up that arm with that leg. Well, he's going to try to do this. Good job by Kimo slipping out.
That's reverse.
Nice sweep by Dylan Clay again. This is where Kimo is dangerous right here. Give him an opportunity to punch. Dylan has a great guard as well. Kimo tags him with that left hand. Huge left hand by Kimo. Almost walks into a triangle.
Just dropping him down.
Nice triangle position. Gonna try to pick him up. Dylan's leg. He's got it locked in. See if he can finish him right here.
Got it.
Squeeze him. Good
Man.
underhook. Should go back to finishing. He's got it locked in.
Again.
Dylan squeeze right here. Dylan good job of keeping that leg underneath so Kimo can't get up. He didn't try to finish that triangle.
He's got his back again. And Kimo fighting out of that one.
Action-packed first round. Great positioning by Dylan Clay, especially exactly what we expected from this guy. He was excellent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he didn't finish that triangle. He had the back here. This is where he's trying to go for the mounted position. Gave Kimo a good opportunity to kind of get to the top, trying to make the most of that. Try to land some punches, little double ankle sweep. Kimo did a good job at keeping the top there and then try to start landing some blows. And there's that triangle. Dylan locks it in tight. You know, right here is the finishing position. I'm not sure exactly why he didn't think to just hold on and finish it. It looks like Kimo's in trouble right here.
I mean, you got to get, Kimo working.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. His arms across here.
It's always great to mixed martial arts. I mean, it's a sport that you get losses, but you get more out of, a lot of times get more out of a loss than, of course, you don't, nobody likes a loss, but you take a lot of
there's nothing better than a kick in the ass when you're training. When you get lost, when you have a loss. So for a guy like Kimo, it definitely probably help him out because he's a smart guy, adjusted his game. And you can see him every time he comes out to fight, he gets better and better. So he's kind of taking the knowledge and experience from that loss and kind of turning it into a positive thing.
It's great to see some of these guys, you first see them, they come out and they just want to brawl, they want to be a street fighter, they want to, and then they find out that there's somebody just as talented as them, and then they got to go into the technique and go back to the gym and
Yep, put in the time, do the reps. Ooh, nice combinations there, catching Dylan Clay. Catching Kimo up on it. Nice takedown to the finish. He's clean with his finishes too because he gets right to cross side. Looking for that armbar again. Steps over for the mount. Oh, what's happening here? Kind of falls out of the ring. Gonna restart
him down in the center.
Kind of an awkward position at the stop there, but still
again, you got to give it up to the referees. I mean, hard job to focus only on the fighters. You got two corners yelling at you. He's got his back, his double hook.
He needs to probably soften him with some punches here.
Oh.
Nice. Dylan Clay is looking for the opportunity to kind of attack that neck. Kimo's looking for a quick spin to kind of turn and control those wrists. Look for his opportunity to escape. Does it have it in? That's in. Let's see if he can finish it. I think Kimo has to try to grab that top hand and pull it out. Oh, he taps him. 57 seconds in round number 2. Reverse naked choke by Dylan Clay. Nice exchanges by Dylan. Straight punches landing. And he set up a nice double leg here. Great finish, good position, good posture. Gets right to cross side. And he locks his legs in. Nice long legs. Locks in underneath. Full Mataleao or the reverse naked choke. Locks in, just squeezes. And hangs on for the win.
Round of applause fighting out of the red corner, Dylan Clay. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryson Kamaka. Out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Ferreira.
Wow, Virginia, you joining us. Thank you very much for being here. Blaisdell Arena, Honolulu, Hawaii. X1 World Events, Battlegrounds IV. I mean, this fight, Joshua Ferreira, it's always, I feel not, okay, I feel bad. I feel bad, I'm going to say it.
This guy can take some punishment,
yes.
you know. We've seen him in the last fight, took a lot of punishment, stuck it in there.
I give this guy 100% of my respect. I mean, he's a new fighter, and he's getting matched up with some great fighters.
Yeah, Bryson coming in at 6-9, and this guy is like, well, you know, talented. His stand-up is so sharp and crisp. His ground is great. The problem is that, you know, he doesn't have the great, whoa, huge leg kick right there. Huge knee. Oh! He gets stunned right there, and he gets knocked out.
I think I'm going to have to take that back.
Yeah, I think
I am going to have to take that back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Just when you think that
I mean, that's
the catches
beauty.
in.
I don't know what to say.
We're both in shock. We actually got sprayed from the corner. They are in shock as well. Unbelievable. Here comes.
Let's watch this again. Joshua Ferreira, new fighter.
Huge leg kick there. Comes with the left hand, tags him right on the button, drops him, finishes off with a kick. Unfortunately, that's a kind of illegal kick when your opponent is down.
Let's take a look at that. I'm speechless. I just got through saying that this is a new fighter. He's always matched up against great fighters, but again, that is the beauty or the nature of the fight.
Little clinch here, exchange. Bryson comes out, tags him with a nice leg kick. Boom. Throws a huge right hand over the top, right on the button, and drops him.
Unbelievable. Look at that.
Bryson wants to come back and fight again.
He wants to go, but that's the nature of the fight. I mean,
that's a clean knockout.
I can't get any cleaner than that.
That happens.
And
we just got to inform the referee. That was a clean knockout. But what happened is, boom, huge knee. That right hand drops Bryson Kamaka right there. If he just stepped back, he would have won, but he kicks him in the head. Unfortunately, that's an illegal technique in every single organization in MMA.
Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The nature of mixed martial arts, you never know what's going to happen. Another round of applause. Great fights tonight. Unfortunately, things happen in mixed martial arts. We're going to have to call that a disqualification with an illegal kick to the head while the fighter was down. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting out of Bull's Pen, Mark Oshiro. From Team Devil's Pen, Tony Belvedere.
Right now we have Mark Oshiro.
Unbelievable. I'm still kind of speechless as we move into this next fight.
Tony Belvedere from Team Devil's Den.
They call him Hercules. He's actually fighting out of Wisconsin.
Single leg here. Sure doing a good job of keeping his hips down, cross-facing. Trying to take a lot of power from that double leg. Trying to lock it in. Trying to neck crank. Mark Oshiro being one of the most exciting fighters here. Good job, Oshiro, keeping his base here. Keeping it under, sprawling out. Belvedere already bleeding from the nose from those shots from Mark Oshiro. Good job by pummeling in. See if he can lock up a guillotine or he's going to keep his hands underneath.
And these guys working hard already. Blood coming off out of the nose.
Nice guillotine right there. He's got it locked in.
Nice and tight. Under the chin, it looks, there he goes.
And I think he's out.
I think he's out. Great guillotine, sunk it in nice and deep.
He doesn't know where he's at right here. Actually put him to sleep.
Now, for a lot of new people in mixed martial arts, what happens when, you know, a lot of people think, okay, well, in a few minutes he's up and he's, you know, maybe not aware.
Yeah. Here's that guillotine right there, sunk in nice and Oshiro's such a long guy. He has it nice and locked in there, elevating that wrist. And what it is basically stops the blood and oxygen to the brain, makes the guy pass out. Very, very safe as long as the guy lets go. As soon as he realizes pass out, exactly what Marco Oshiro did. You see all that distance and range in there, locking up.
Another round of applause.
Stops the fight, and he's actually out on his feet right there. And you can see a little later, he kind of comes right to.
By a guillotine, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Oshiro. The Filipino phenom, Eddie Yagan. From Young Guns, a round of applause for Kana Hyatt.
We have Eddie Yagan coming back in for the vacant super lightweight championship belt at 145 pounds versus Kana Hyatt of Young Guns de Luta from, again, the Big Island. And again, this is a big step in competition for Hyatt, who comes in with the 0-1 record against Yagan, who has a lot of MMA experience as well as kickboxing experience. Fighter's kind of measuring himself. Eddie very, very powerful with his kicks here, but Kana looks like he has some great hands.
Now, Eddie's last fight, recently or?
He fought in March 18th against David Gonzalez, actually Donald Gonzalez that we've seen tonight. Next Wars 2, won by TKO in round number 3.
Now, of course, is this another, of course, Kana Hyatt coming in fairly new.
Yeah, definitely fairly new, but looks like he has solid hands, so probably a kickboxing background, probably experienced, but maybe MMA, you know, fairly new to the MMA game. Oh, nice right hand lands.
Oh, nice left. Nice takedown, Eddie. You gotta love Eddie's takedowns. Eddie's got always spectacular takedown. He will take you up off the ground.
Really good strategy as well, because Kana Hyatt was pretty much tagging him standing up.
He's got some blood already coming out of the nose of Eddie.
Oh, here's a little
right.
head-on choke right here. And locked it in. Let's see if Eddie can get out.
Quick.
Oh, Eddie guts out of that one.
Oh, nice. You got to give it up for it. Although his record says he doesn't have a lot of experience record-wise, but obviously we can tell.
Nowadays, you never know.
Yeah.
Looks like Eddie's got a cut above his eye or around his eye
it's
as well.
out of the nose. It was that left.
Kana's doing a good job getting back to his feet. And he's got the body lock on him. Puts him down again.
Still got that
overhook there. Not really a full guillotine, but
just it's still putting pressure on the neck of Eddie.
Yeah, it's kind of hindering his movement as well. So Eddie kind of has to stay in position because Hyatt's doing such a good job at kind of getting up and getting back to his feet, where he's so dangerous and landed at landing. You know, that's solid right hands and combinations there. He probably wants to keep this fight to the ground where he's hopefully dominant. Kind of running out of time here.
Again, scheduled for three 3-minute rounds.
Ooh, a lot of blood coming out of those.
A lot of blood
right here. And he finally gets his head out, but he's going to run out of time.
He's worked. Now he's there. He's comfortable. That's where he loves to be.
And that's it. First round. Good job by Kana Hyatt, keeping him nice and tight. Minimizes the damage that he took, even if he's on his back. So
kind of worked a lot. To had that overhook on Eddie. So.
Ooh, here's that left. The left hook landed from Kana Hyatt right there. Even if he had the underhook, Eddie's so dominant with that double leg takedown. Scooped him up. Nice, huge double leg takedown there. Here it is again. A lot of power when it comes through and finishes strong.
Technique and power.
Eddie's very, very explosive.
Simply for the blood coming out of the nose, in the nose, or on the nose. Cut up,
I wonder if he broke his nose. You know, sometimes you see a little line on there, but he's such a dark dude that even if you maybe can't see that line there, and then indicates a clear sign of a broken nose, but you kind of can see a little bit of swelling to start. A beautiful ring girl, Tiffany.
Of course, you can hear the corner of Kana Hyatt.
Coach Wally, great stand-up coach.
Okay? Make it work right now.
Tell him to make it work. take this kid out. He said this is his town. Let's take it away from him.
Yep.
And with those punches that he's landing, he's doing a great job. If he can keep this fight standing, you know, it's a long time since Eddie's been dominated standing up, or at least he got tagged as much as he has.
I think, I mean, I noticed Eddie's nose. Maybe, bro, it's getting that, it's swelling up. You know that.
Right above that nose, huh?
Got some great.
Right hand by Eddie.
Right. Great exchanges. I don't know. Maybe Eddie wants to keep it up.
Yeah.
Oh, huge. I think he found it again. Unbelievable. Flying knee. Yes. This is Battlegrounds.
Pulls him down there.
A great exchange of blows. Of course, Eddie brings it back to. Is Eddie most comfortable in the down position?
I think he's comfortable. He's very, very balanced as a fighter, standing in on the ground. But he's good enough to realize that if he's not getting the best of the guy standing up, take it to the ground. You know, he's dominant as well on the ground.
Great exchanges and raining down on their elbows, connecting. Of course, doing a great job.
Covering up there. Oh, kick in the face. And he passes. Look at his back right here.
Great movement on both fighters. I mean, trying to jockey for position. He's got side. Trying to rain down on the elbows.
Eddie aggressive with the elbows, but Hayo's doing a good job at defending and keeping those arms up, those forearms up. So not a lot of clean shots are landing. Ooh, back of the head. See if he can finish it.
Just raining.
Not really defending himself.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it goes. Now, what does a referee look for something like? I mean, a lot of times he just may look like is it not defending himself?
Yes, not intelligently defending himself. If he's just kind of covering up, taking damage, the referee's job is to step in there, stop the fighter and taking damage. You know, we'll see it right here again. Huge knee to body shot right there as they land. And Eddie is a lot more successful in this second round of fighting. Kind of bulls him, takes him down here. Here's again where he starts throwing those elbows. Like, Connor's doing a good job at keeping defense. Those hands are getting in. Nice little kick to the face by Hyde as well. Stack pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, another great fight tonight. Battlegrounds IV. These guys, this is what mixed martial arts is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, the Filipino phenom, Eddie Yagin. Of course, we'd like to welcome you guys to X1 World Events. A lot of great fights going on, and I know a lot of you were here to see a lot of different fights. Our main event of the night, Tiger Marcelo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad for me to say, but things happen in mixed martial arts at practice and elsewhere. He did not pass his medical due to a broken hand, so Tiger Marcelo will not be fighting tonight. Will not be fighting tonight. Sometimes it happens, it's the nature of the fight, but I know his opponent, Trevor, man, he came tonight, in his corner tonight, my friends. Phil Baroni was here, and these guys were so pumped to take on Tiger. I mean, what do you guys think? We gotta get, I mean, Tiger Marcelo taking on Trevor. Trevor flew out all the way over here. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I just gotta have to take a step back. I'll just give you the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring. He was going to corner Trevor tonight. Phil Baroni.
What's up, guys? Hey, I'm real sorry about tonight, you know. We came here to fight. Trevor was in great shape. We wanted to put on a great show. I'm just hanging out, kicking back, enjoying the Hawaiian cigarettes and hanging out with you guys. Thanks for having me. Hey, I'm also looking to fight this dude, Ruthless Robbie Lawler. I heard he's been coming out here and beating up some Hawaiians. Well, I'm gonna fight him real soon here in Hawaii and knock his ass out. All right, guys. Thanks.
What, Trevor, you've been training with Trevor for a while. I mean, now Tiger's not fighting. What's you guys gonna come back? You guys gonna do it again? You guys gonna wait?
I don't know if Tiger lost his stripes or what happened with that cat, but you know, we were here to fight. If he shows up, we'll fight him right now. So. I don't know what the deal is with that guy. He might have got vaginitis over there in Brazil or something. I mean, I don't know. But we were here to fight. We're sorry, guys.
You guys got to give it up, man. Marcelo Tiger not doing it. Let's bring him out. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, Trevor. I mean, this guy's been training for a while, cornered by Phil Baroni. Give him a round of applause for being here. We're gonna find out, man. I mean, it's always disheartening. You train and you train and you train, and you get to the final, and you know, and your opponent just doesn't want to do it. You know, that's what they say, medical reasons. What's on your mind, man?
I'm just disappointed, man. I came out here. I wanted to give you guys a show. You know, I know you guys paid money to see us fight, and unfortunately it didn't work out. You know, very disappointed. Sure, you guys are too.
So if he comes back, you know, maybe he comes now, or you guys come back to Hawaii, you want to still fight him?
Of course, I'm ready to fight. You know, that's what I came here for. It's what I trained for. It's my job. I'm ready to give you guys a good show. Anytime, anywhere. Let's do it.
So maybe speculation. What do you think? You think it's a broken hand, or maybe he just doesn't want to do it?
I don't know. Broken hand, broke back mountain. I don't know what happened to the guy, you know. Don't know.
You heard it. I mean, he's ready to do it. Marcelo Tiger, according to medical staff, he's got a broken hand. And if you guys want to see this happen, you guys got to make some noise, man. You guys got to hype up this. That's what you say. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor, all the way to fight Marcelo. Thanks a lot for being here. You know, we hope it happens. We hope it happens. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. True sportsman. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark El Toro Moreno, John Garrity.
Next one, welterweight championship bout, Mark Moreno, the Bullpen, one of the heaviest hitters in MMA. It's Johnny Garrity from Freestyle Academy. And Johnny coming in with a 3-4-1 record. Mark El Toro Moreno comes in with 10-6-2. Coming off a 2-fight win streak versus Tyson Philemon Noho'o Ikaika and Ross Nabas Ibanez.
Should be a great fight. I mean, this brings us to our final fight of the evening. If you were joining us, thank you very much for being here. We are coming at you, the Blaisdell Arena right here in Honolulu, Hawaii, downtown Honolulu. Final fight of X1 World Events, Battlegrounds 4. My name is Makani alongside Mike Onzuka.
Garrity actually won and lost his last 2 fights by KO, so, you know, obviously looks like he has some power, but he also has affinity possibly to get knocked out, and if there's somebody going to knock him out, Mark Moreno throws some heavy bombs at both ends.
And of course, it's always the right followed up with Mark Moreno's leg that.
Nice leg kicks to start here. Ooh, nice return left kick there. Almost a running man punch.
Again, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds.
Both fighters kind of feeling themselves out right now, catching the distance.
That's a Mark Moreno kick.
That was blocked, but I'm sure it still hurt the forearm, man.
It's got to weaken the whole entire arm. Of course, I watched Mark's last fight. I mean, his kicks and his follow-up at the right.
Mexico's hooks.
Again, it's always a thing when you're watching a lot of experienced fighters. You know, not a lot of action in the beginning, just kind of feel each other out, as opposed to you go back to our first preliminary round. These guys just go at it.
Yeah, they just went balls out, head to head like 2 rounds.
And
single hand knockout, 1 punch
out of nowhere.
Unbelievable.
I am just. That was the second greatest of the night. I mean, just.
That is a legitimate 1-punch knockout.
Here, now you and I are sitting here trying to think of what to say. These guys are feeling each other out. Mark Moreno comes with it. I mean, straight down the pike. I don't even think he fully extended.
Yeah, I don't think so. But he landed. He put his body into it. Mark is such a powerful puncher. Looks like he clawed him square. He's still kind of like doesn't even know where he is right now.
This X1 Battlegrounds 4 has unbelievable fights. I mean, you've seen it. Mark Moreno. Let's take it back.
Here it is. Mark's measuring. Boom! Drops that hand straight right. Drops him like a bad habit.
Of course, a little help from himself in walking into it.
Mark dropped the head and boom! Oh, right in line with that overhand right.
And sometimes, you know, guys like his, I mean, you look at him and his neck, John's neck is so huge.
Oh.
Not even a snapback, so he took the full brunt of that.
Coming forward too, and bing.
No give on the neck.
No, that tells you how strong that guy's neck is. John's neck is incredibly strong, because when you hit like that, you usually you see the neck slap back. He even kept on moving forward because his momentum was going forward, even though he didn't really know where he was.
The nature of the
Conor
game.
Brennan's eye, look at that. You can see the swelling of that eye.
We're sitting here, we're thinking, okay, we're explaining what's going on, and out of nowhere. Unbelievable.
Right, checking him out.
Look at the eye.
Ooh.
Get a shot of that eye. Just, it's...
Oh, look at that.
Unbelievable.
That's the kind of ego I say, cut me, Rock. Please cut me.
That, exactly. I'm thinking Rocky.
Yikes.
He just needs to yell out Adrian right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that again.
Mark drops it. Drops that head, comes straight over the pike as a good counter. Bing.
Unbelievable.
Oh. That's the kind of like punch that breaks your hand, you know?
It breaks your hand, and that's the punch that you will feel for a month from now.
Here's that I told you so, man.
You're going to go back to the gym, and you're going to practice, and you're going to flinch at every time somebody throws that overhand.
Oh, goodness.
Again, X1 Battlegrounds right here in Honolulu, Hawaii. Some great fights tonight. We got to give it up for X1 World Event staff. I mean, these guys putting together a great fight card. And we can still see it. Our medics working on John Garrity.
We got all three doctors in the ring right now. This is up.
Again, so thank you very much for joining us. X1 World Events Battlegrounds 4. On behalf of myself, Mike McCuddy, and Mike Onzuka. Mike, thank you very much.
Great night of fights, exciting, a lot of controversy, great knockout submissions. We've seen it all tonight.
Stick around for the next great 8 X1 fights. Again, Mike, thanks. Always a pleasure working with you. From Honolulu, Hawaii, we say aloha and mahalo.